Welcome to the Mindset Unleashed Today podcast. My name is Tommy Gucciardo, and I'm excited to share my insights and experiences with you to help you shift your mindset and improve your life. Now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be exploring different areas of life, discussing how to make positive changes. Now, I'll be doing this by interviewing guests who can provide additional perspectives and their experiences. I believe that by making a mindset shift, we can all unleash our full potential and create the lives we want to live. I hope you'll join me on this journey. How you doing? Welcome back to the Mindset Unleashed Today podcast. My name's Tommy Gucciardo, and I'm your host. So, this podcast is, always about self-development, self-help, getting people better. And, one thing that I think is really, really key is setting goals, right? And, for me, goals are tough, because when I just go jump into something, I say, all right, I want to do something. I have this goal, I want to achieve it, and I just jump into it, and I don't put any work into it, it usually doesn't work, right? And then I heard somebody say, a goal without a deadline is just a dream. And it just the light bulb went off. So, and I'll give you an example of something that I did achieve it, but there was a lot of pain and suffering along the way. I know you can't tell it right now, but at one point I ran a marathon, right? And I was so motivated to run this marathon. I didn't think about the planning. I didn't think about the work. I just said, I'm running a marathon. I ran with two other people. I did the marathon. I completed the marathon, but there was a lot of pain and suffering along the way because I didn't train properly. I didn't I didn't break down my goals the right way. And yes, I did finish it. But it kind of I've been struggling for years after that, running and getting back into running. I lost my desire to run, and I love to run. That for me is my quiet place. That's my sanctuary. That's the place where I think, And so what I'm trying to tell you is there's 4 steps that I think that are really important to goals. And that's the first thing is to write down your goal, right? When you write down your goal, just say, I don't want to run a marathon. You got to be really, to the point and really detailed. Get really detailed into it. Just don't say, I'm running a marathon. Say, I'm going to run a marathon in this amount of time, by this amount of day, and I want to get this out of it. So it's just not, just throwing something out of it. You get real specific. What do I have to give up along the way for that marathon, right? And that leads me into the second point. What are you going to give up, right? So if I'm running a marathon, or if I'm losing weight, or if I'm trying something, I want to, build a business or build something, or, you have to be really specific, and you have to know you're going to be able to give up something, right? So if I'm running a marathon, right, I'm going to have to give up maybe, certain foods, right? I'm going to have to give up certain foods and replace them with other things to get me energy and get me, keep me strong along the way. It's just like when I'm dieting, right? I just can't say, hey, I want to lose 20 pounds by this time. I have to be real specific, write down that goal, be specific, and just say, all right, I'm losing 20 pounds. I'm going to lose 20 pounds, but I have to give up pasta, or I have to give up pizza. So when you start doing these things, you start really drilling down to your goals, and you're really understanding, what you're doing and what you're giving up to achieve these goals, right? And those two things are very, very, very important, because you just can't, like I said before, you just can't just have a dream, have a goal, and go think it's going to get done. You have to be specific, and you have to know what you want. I want to lose 20 pounds by August 1st. I'm going to give up pasta along the way to do that. And that makes it a little bit easier to go along. And then, that leads me to the third thing that I think is really, 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 really important. And that is breaking down your goals, right? And just not, because sometimes you might think, all right, running a marathon is inconceivable, and I don't think I could ever get there, But if you break it down, and if I did this differently, it might have changed the trajectory of where I'm running today. And maybe I wouldn't be out of shape right now. And maybe I wouldn't be, but that's just, that's another podcast. But, if you break it down into manageable steps, instead of saying, all right, today's Monday, I want to run a marathon in 4 months. Okay, I'm running 26.2 miles today. That's That's not going to happen. So what you do along the way is, all right, by the end of the first week, I want to run 4 miles. By the end of the second week, I want to run this. By the end of the third month, I want to be at, 20 miles, right? When you hit those smaller goals, it gets you motivated, right? You're like, all right, I just hit this other goal. All right, now I got to hit this next goal, right? My next goal is 6 miles. Now, once I hit that 6 miles, all right, next to the goal is 13 miles. And now I'm breaking it down to smaller goals, manageable goals, and I'm getting motivated along the way, right? So I'm not getting myself frustrated that, all right, I started a marathon. I'm training for a marathon. I didn't get to 26. I only ran 2 miles today. Boy, that sucks, right? But if I break it down into smaller, manageable, bite-sized pieces along that process, the goal becomes a little bit more manageable and it becomes more reachable. Now, listen, if you go and you train the whole time and you only ran 23.2 miles, and you fell 3 miles short, yeah, does that suck? But you know what? You achieve something along the way, right? And now you keep on going at it. And maybe the goal is, all right, now I'm going to complete the marathon, the fourth part of this, and it's another important step, is the planning process. And I'm not telling you to spend, 2 months planning. I'm not telling you to go research and spend hours on the internet to plan. You have a goal. You want an end date? Set a plan. Yes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it this way. But start, right? Because for me, I know a lot of times I'm an over planner, right? I could sit and spend months and months and months analyzing every single thing along my goal, right? But the one thing that I don't do is start. So you have to plan, but you also at the same time have to start. I know that's a little confusing. It might not make sense, but just put that plan into action. That's what I'm saying. If you put the plan into action, you have an opportunity, right, to achieve that goal or that whatever the desired outcome is. If you just plan and you don't do anything outside of that, you're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to achieve your goal, right? So these are like 4 steps to me, and there's other steps that we can go into. There's a great book, Think and Grow Rich, and he really breaks it down a little bit more. And one of the things that he does, and I think this is like a bonus, is read it out every single day. Make that goal, and this is a bonus step now. Make that goal come to life and say, I'm going to achieve this by this day. I'm giving up this, but I'm going to get this, right? So now every day you're breathing life into it. You're putting it into the existence. You're putting it into the world, right? And that's how you start hearing it. And now you wrote down your goals, right? You're saying what you're giving up. You're breaking down your goal into small bite-sized pieces. You're planning it. And now the most important thing, the bonus, is you're breathing it into existence, right? Now, just go out and do it, right, man? Just go achieve your goals, right? That's what life's all about, is achieving that goal, being happy, and just go out there, man. Anything's achievable if you put your mind to it, right? And any goal that you put your mind to, you can achieve. We are the only people that stop that, right? So, today I want you to just go out there and think about a goal that you want to accomplish. Insert some of these things that I just told you. Maybe not all of them make sense for you. Maybe some of them do. But if you take those 4 steps and the bonus that I told you, I know you could achieve the goals that you want and have the life that you want. I hope you got something out of this podcast today. The only way that we're going to grow this podcast and get it out to more people is if we like, subscribe, comment, and tell your friends about it. And please, just send it out there. Just let them know that we're out here. Where you can find us. We're on Instagram at Tommy Gucciardo. The podcast will be out there. You'll be seeing excerpts of it. And I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next week.